Hello guys, so the last year and still at the moment I'm in the progress of replacing all our batteries at home from alkaline batteries to nickel metal hydrate batteries, rechargeable batteries. And I wanted to raise a bit of awareness there, and actually I have like a big ball of used batteries and broken batteries at home, which I want to show you, but I haven't. Don't have them here, and it's probably time to give them back to the store where they can be recycled anyway. The main reason, or there are two main reasons to change to rechargeable batteries. The first reason was that I had the cheap alkaline batteries. I had 3 or 4 times now in the last years. I had them explode and damaging and destroying the devices where I had them used. So like 2 flashlights and some other stuff suffered that from battery. And usually that should not happen with alkaline batteries anymore, but it apparently does. So far from the rechargeable batteries, I didn't have a single one break. This was one of the reasons, and the other main reason was that if you go to the store and look at the cheaper but still long life nickel metal hydride batteries, you can actually see they are about the same price as branded normal batteries. So yeah, you are not really paying so much more for the rechargeable batteries, and yeah, you can use them up to 1,000 times, which is probably a bit optimistic, but you probably can use them a couple of 100 times without big issues. So and we have a couple of disadvantages or problems with the batteries. One is that the most models are a bit different forms, so they are a bit bigger than normal batteries. You do not really see it in the package when we have an unpack one, but there are normal batteries have like a bit of a bump back there. They are the same size, but I have like one toy where I could not fit a rechargeable battery, where only a normal battery would fit, because the fit is so tight that is like 1-2 millimeters here additional space, which the rechargeable battery does use, gives you a problem. But as one of 1,000 kids toys where this is an issue so far for us. The other thing is that you can see they are giving array 1.2 volts, while a normal AA or AAA battery does give you 1.5 volts. And the main problem here is that the discharge curve is different. So like with nickel metal hydride battery, you get a very steady discharge curve. So it gives you 1.2 volts for quite a long while in a normal battery it starts at 1.5 and then goes down quite straight. So this can be a problem for some devices, because like if you have a modern device with like a battery life control and you put in this battery, it shows 40% of charge sometimes, or like 50% of charge when the battery is all full, because if it expects it to be a normal battery, if it only gives away 1.2 volts anymore, it's really at the end of or somewhere in the lower arc of its lifetime. So this is a disadvantage. Some devices have problems with it, especially more technical ones which control your battery life, or which maybe have a security measure which puts them out if the voltage gets too low. So, or if they require a certain voltage which is like a bit higher than 1.2 volts, but then the normal battery would also not live at as well. But this can be a problem. So not every device in the world, especially cameras or stuff, could maybe get a problem. Also, nickel metal hydride batteries are not really good at low temperatures. So if you're going below 0 degrees Celsius or freezing temperatures, it's probably not the best. Another thing you have to be aware, if you go to the store and don't buy the cheap ones but buy expensive ones, I noticed in the stores there are sometimes batteries which look like they have been there for 10 years or something, and you really should take a look that you get the long life batteries like analog from Sanyo. I think about every battery you can get at the moment is long life, but you can only see it if it's ready for use. It's probably long life because in a battery, nickel metal hydrate battery, which is not long life, it would would lose its charge in about a year, as you can see here. So if you have one with little self discharge, you can sell them ready to use. If it's an older model, like 10 or 12 years ago, most nickel metal hydrate batteries had a very strong and steady discharge. Yeah, you probably could get one of them. And as I say, in the stores, especially the expensive ones in the stores, they have very long shelf life, so they could maybe run around some older models, but if it's ready to use, it's probably a good one. Also, another thing is that most they say you should not interchange systems and different capacities. Capacity is measured in microampere hours, so the more the better in theory. In practice, if you have more capacity, you also have a higher safe discharge. So especially IKEA, for example, where I started to buy my rechargeable batteries, they have like big capacity batteries and low capacity batteries. They have also different pictures here on them, but it's like they have the low capacity ones for like remote controls and stuff, and they're much cheaper. So this is a quite nice system, but they are overall, I think, like €2 more expensive than those I got from Lidl. So I switched to those, but now I have them mixed all around. If whenever there's a sale, I buy a couple of more because I find like every week I find some space where we still have batteries, alkaline batteries installed, and I have to exchange them. So steady buying of rechargeable batteries, and I hope that if at some point we are at the end and I don't have to buy any new ones anymore and can start recharging ones. Also, you need a charger where you should not save, where you should really spend a bit of money. I think a good charger will really help you to get near this 1000 theoretical charge cycles. And like nickel metal hydrate batteries do have a bit of memory effect. Usually it can be ready made if they are recharged a couple of times, but yeah, the yeah, what was that? So a good charger can really help you to expand the battery life enormously on those batteries here. Yeah, and it's like the price are not so much away from each other anymore. There's special applications, like if you have emergency flashlights or something, then I would put normal batteries in there, even if they sometimes tend to explode in my case and destroy my flashlight. So yeah, I hope this was quite helpful. Also, so usually if you decide to change over, it's best to settle for one brand where you get them relatively cheap and with a good capacity, and then probably don't interchange them unless you're the only person which is exchanging batteries in your household, and you can check to only put comparable ones together. And really what you should not ever do is put the rechargeable batteries and or different type of rechargeable batteries. For one, if you somewhere have a lithium ion one, or if you have a normal battery and a rechargeable one, you really should not mix them together. So and also if you have different capacities, if you have different microampere hours of battery life, don't intermix them. This will also not be a good thing for batteries on the long term. So yeah, I hope you found this informative and halfway understandable. Yeah, I think it will save us some money in the long term, and also I hopefully so far no battery of those has broken or had very bad experiences in the last years with normal batteries. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and all the other good stuff, share, like, whatsoever.